These stupid puppets!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest things from The Haunting of Bly Manor you didn't notice the first time.
I've actually never liked Bly. The people, here, most of them, they're born here, they die here.
I had a bad dream.
Oh.
I hurt you.
Well, you're not gonna eat anything?
For this list, we're looking at small details you likely overlooked while watching this Netflix original horror series. We'll also be highlighting character moments, story arcs, and lines of dialogue that take on way more significance once you know how things end. This list comes with a major spoiler warning. If you haven't finished the season yet, go binge and come back. Did you prefer The Haunting of Bly Manor or Hill House? Tell us why in the comments below. Number 10, The Plague Doctor.
Miss Clayton?
I was just about to tuck you in.
We're starting off with this creepy figure because you definitely noticed him at least once or twice throughout the season. This is also the first of Bly Manor's resident ghosts that our attention is overtly drawn to by the camera. As Danny gets a late-night cup of tea and snack, a long-nosed mask and hooded shoulder come into focus in the foreground. This happens around 33 minutes into the episode. But this isn't his first appearance. Not only can you see his silhouette in the background moments earlier, but the Plague Doctor is actually hiding beside the stairwell when Danny gets her initial tour of Bly Manor.
But you mustn't run on them. If you fall, you can injure yourself, and the stairs are not forgiving in the least. Do you see?
He then proceeds to hide in plain sight all throughout the series.
Well, we do get ramblers sometimes. People that want to have a look at the gardens.
Number 9, Owen's foreshadowing introductory speech to Bly. Anyone who grew up in a small town can relate to Owen's speech about Bly.
I've actually never liked Bly. The people, here, most of them, they're born here, they die here.
He describes the town as a gravity well, a place where people tend to get stuck, even those who really intend to leave. Case in point, Owen traveled to France where he studied the culinary arts, but now he's back in Bly, cooking at the manor despite never having liked the place. Your first time through, this just seems like a bit of character development adding meat to the cook's backstory. But Owen repeatedly uses the word stuck, which is a significant bit of foreshadowing.
I can't leave Bly. I can't get past the end of the drive. I walk and I run, and the moment I reach the edge of the property, I'm right back here.
Though he himself doesn't know it, he's actually describing a very real effect that Bly Manor has on those who die there.
Her gravity, it seemed, her invented gravity that held her to the grounds, that kept her in purgatory. It would hold others too.
Number 8, Miles's questions to his professor. Bly Manor uses a lot of flashbacks. On your first watch through, these detours into the past can be a bit off-putting due to the lack of scares. This is especially true of Miles's time at boarding school. In hindsight, however, this lengthy flashback is far more significant than we ever could have initially imagined. In class, Miles asks his teacher a number of very specific questions about demonic possession.
They needed permission, the demons,
Permission to...
to enter the place.
Ah, yes, they did.
Did they need it for him, though? Did they need it for the man?
The elder Wingrave child has already established himself as rather odd by this point, so we just assume he's exploring his dark interests.
You asked some excellent questions today, by the way.
Episodes later, however, when we learn about Quint's habit of possessing him, his interest in the exorcism of the Gerasene demoniac makes a lot more sense.
The minute I'm gone, you're spinning these kids up, taking
Advantage of their good intentions. Shameful.
You're supposed to warn me.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I don't like it when you don't warn me.
No, I'm sorry.
Number 7, the narrator's behavior. Netflix made no mention of Carla Gugino's involvement in the second season of The Haunting. As such, fans were absolutely delighted when hers was the first face they saw upon clicking play on the first episode.
But now, alone I lie, and weep beside the tree.
Gugino plays the narrator, whose actual identity we don't learn until the very end of the series. Given her limited screen time, you likely didn't give a second thought to her actions, even after learning who she actually is. But in that first episode, she exhibits some rather odd behaviors, like leaving the door to a room ajar and staring longingly into both a sink and bathtub full of water. On second viewing, however, you understand that she's hoping to be visited by the ghost of her love.
Please say, honestly, you won't give up on me.
Number 6. Flora's drawing for Miles.
It's not often that a student gets any post on the first day, and judging by the writing on the envelope, I assume it's from you.
Let's be honest, unless you're dealing with a child prodigy, the drawings that kids make are always a little creepy. They're just such crude, weirdly monstrous representations of the subject matter. At the end of the flashback to Miles' time at boarding school, we learn that everything he did was a self-destructive bid to be sent home.
Hey, break it up! Break it up! Wingrave! Wingrave!
The reason? Flora's letter and drawing.
Only the letter from Flora, delivered when he arrived, forgotten in the dormitory, would offer a possible clue as to why he tried so hard to be sent home.
We only have a few seconds to look at the drawing, and the words "come home" are what the viewer's gaze is naturally drawn towards. At this point in time, we haven't really learned much about Quint or Jessel, and as such, not much thought is given to the other two figures in the picture. But there is a pretty serious implication. Number 5, the little boy ghost. Terrifying. Utterly terrifying. While all the various ghosts in The Haunting of Bly Manor are scary in their own right, there's just something about undead children that chills us to the bone. We get up close and personal with the little boy on a couple of occasions. He also gives us one of the show's best and earliest scares when he's hiding amidst the dolls in the basement and suddenly moves. Given how creepy he is, you might be happier not knowing, but like the Plague Doctor, he also pops up a number of times in the background of various scenes. He's better at hide and seek than the Doctor and often blends into his surroundings.
There you are. Don't be scared. Sorry I was scared before.
But when you do spot him, we guarantee he'll make you jump every time. Number 4, Hannah's behavior. Hannah Gross is easily one of Bly Manor's most compelling characters. Tania Miller delivers a wonderfully nuanced performance, but one that you really can't fully appreciate the first time around.
Well, you're not gonna eat anything?
Oh, no, I already ate. Just here for the company.
The housekeeper is hyper-organized and extremely well put together. And yet there are these fleeting moments when she seems distracted or as if she's lost.
Hi, Miles.
So pleased to meet you, my lady.
Oh, well, what a gentleman. And this must be Mrs. Gross. Hi.
Oh, sorry. Goodness, I was miles away.
You'll also notice that she rarely ever seems to eat or drink and suffers from sharp pains in the back of her head. When we learn of her fate, every moment we spent with Hannah takes on new significance, especially the cracks in the walls. Because Miles is always saying creepy stuff, you likely didn't think twice about his dream.
I had a bad dream.
Oh.
I hurt you.
In retrospect, however, it serves as a major piece of foreshadowing. Number 3, all the times Peter Quint was in control.
You're Miss Clayton. You must be. Oh, and you're so pretty. I told Miles you'd be pretty.
From the time we meet Miles and Flora, it's clear that however endearing they might be, they are also rather odd. Flora has some peculiar mannerisms and can clearly see something the rest of us cannot. But when Miles begins to behave oddly, his aura is far more threatening than that of his sister.
These stupid puppets! These stupid puppets who had forgotten. So he pulled on their strings. And it hurt.
As we eventually learn, Miles often cedes control of his body to Peter Quint. Even on a repeat viewing, it can sometimes be hard to tell who is who. But there are a few moments that become all the more chilling in retrospect when we consider that Quint was likely behind the wheel. Like when Miles spies on Danny changing.
Oh! I'm sorry. May I come in?
Or when he touches her hair.
It's such a draining thing. Dealing with children.
Quint does have a taste for nannies. Number 2, the dollhouse. Little kids always make for a spooky addition to a horror film or series. The same goes for dolls.
Now, what's that?
Oh, this. Just a silly thing, really. Just a moment.
But add the two together and you get a never-ending case of the creeps.
Is that me?
Why, no, silly. You're you. It's just a dolly.
Flora doesn't just like to play with dolls, however. She's obsessive and very serious about their placement.
Miss have a lot of dolls, and we're going to learn how to pick them all up before we go to sleep, okay?
Everything about her dollhouse inspires a serious no feeling. With everything else going on in the show, what you might not have noticed, however, was the importance of the dolls. They are stand-ins for the residents of Bly Manor, living and dead. And they seem to serve as a marauder's map of sorts as to where everyone is at a given time.
Miss Clayton, please don't move things around my dollhouse.
Oh.
I have a very particular system.
For example, that male doll looming over Miles's bed strongly suggests that Quint was recently in control. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Soldier. In one of the show's many flashbacks, we see Henry Wingrave comforting Flora, telling her to give a story to the mysterious little boy she claims to have seen in her room. He mentions having done the same with a soldier when he himself was her age and living at Bly Manor.
Was he happy when you gave him one?
Oh, he was.
So, maybe I could do that.
The whole thing is framed like they're talking about imaginary friends, but this is Bly Manor, so we know it's actually ghosts. We only managed to spot Henry's ghost story once in the background of episode 3.
See if he can offer any other advice. He expected rather a lot from the police, if memory serves me correctly. He's probably still in touch with your superior.
Actor Andrew Neil Mackenzie is credited as the soldier ghost on IMDb, however, and he's listed as appearing in 6 episodes. Have you managed to spot this elusive ghost? Tell us where in the comments below. I found Waldo. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.